A solar eclipse shutdown on April 8th? The National Guard rolling into McCurtain County for a solar eclipse? We know that's not just for crowd control. A recent leak from an Oklahoma newspaper reveals that not only are the National Guard setting up camp, but they're bringing in a specialized unit trained for chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear disasters. Also, they are preparing 150 Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers to join the party at Broken Bow. Without any further details, they're telling us to stockpile food for weeks and keep our gas tanks full. Since when do we prep like it's the end of days for an eclipse? It also sounds like they're already setting the stage for a communication blackout, saying our cell phones might as well be bricks. This isn't isolated. Similar doomsday prepping advisories are popping up all over, even in Texas. Schools across the board are shutting down for D-Day. So what's the real deal behind this Project Bluebeam? Why all the military muscle and talk of stockpiling? They're preparing for something they're not telling us about. This eclipse is just a cover for something bigger. Sound off in the comments with your theories. What are they hiding behind the darkened sun?
Hey guys, quick update, man, what's been happening lately. So with all the solar eclipse and the stuff that's going on over there with NATO going into Ukraine, this morning I just got the email, man. Guys. I got activated, man. And I'm gonna put out as much information as I can about where I'm going, what I'm gonna be doing and stuff like that, but it's classified. I had to sign an NDA and all that. So I definitely will be able to post some videos of what I'll be working on physically, where I'm gonna be at and stuff like that, but I just can't say too much. So listen, things are getting real. Whether it's for the eclipse or not, you should be preparing for what's to come. Things are not gonna get better from here on in. Make sure you stock up on water and food and supplies. There's already 4 states that are saying to stock up at 3 months worth of supplies as far as food, water, and anything else that you need. So with that being said, stock up, be ready, man. Like I said, I got the email. I'm headed out here shortly. I got a couple things to pack up and get ready to go. My family's gonna be well taken care of while I'm out there. It's going down, guys. Something is coming down. Something's gonna happen with the next 2 months. I'm saying 2 to 3 months. Something's gonna happen for sure. I hate to leave my family behind, but it's something I have to do. Make sure that you guys get ready.
Y'all need to get ready. I wonder why all you're hearing about right now is Ryan Garcia, Andrew Tate, and the TikTok ban. Well, right now, as we speak, potentially the biggest escalation we have seen yet in the last 2 years happening right now. I'm about to show you a clip where Zelensky is telling the leader of France that they are being invaded in Kyiv. I'll tell you why that's so big in 1 minute. And obviously, you see behind me, there's more going on.
It's very terrible what they do. So you know that they are now in some more cities, the centers of some regions, they are tanks, airplanes, already they are there. And now they're in Kyiv. We are fighting in Kyiv.
They are with special forces and helicopters, or?
Yes, airplanes and helicopters, everything. We see it in video. We see it everything. A lot of.
Do you have an idea on how many civilians were killed already?
No, thousands.
And what about you? Are you in security yourself?
I think so.
Are you sure you think so?
I think so, I'm sure. I think nobody is in safety situation now in Kyiv. I think so, because we are in the circle of Russian army.
Pretty incredible breaking news coming out in the last 24 hours. Happening now across the United States could be a nationwide shutdown, and this is going to be unfolding due to cyber attacks against infrastructure systems in the U.S. coming from China. Now, we've been receiving these warnings from the FBI for several months that Chinese hackers had infiltrated infrastructure systems in the U.S. We had heard that there was about 24 of them. Then we received new updates that there are actually more, and they're saying significantly more, and also they're saying that they actually compromised these over the course of the last 5 years, some even longer, and they did not know. And now we're finding out, and they're saying it is at unprecedented scales, the likes of which we did not realize. Now, take a look at the headlines, and all of these coming out in the last 24 hours as the FBI warns yesterday, Sunday, February the 18th, of what's going to be coming. Take a look at this. FBI Director Wray says China cyber attacks on U.S. infrastructure is now at unprecedented scale. They're saying there is more than they realized, and this is essentially plans to shut down the entire nation and wreak havoc. Christopher Wray warns that the prepositioned malware could be triggered to disrupt critical systems in the United States. FBI Director warns China's computer attacks are now at a scale greater than we'd seen before, as vulnerable critical infrastructure remains at high risk to be targeted. FBI warns Chinese malware could threaten critical U.S. infrastructure. Agency Director Christopher Wray says Beijing hacking operations have reached a fever pitch, and FBI says China's cyber attacks on U.S. infrastructure are reaching new levels. And again, all of these...
The terrorist threat level that we're contending with right now is at a whole nother level that we were seeing even before October 7th. You've seen a veritable rogues gallery of foreign terrorist organizations calling for terrorist attacks against us.
Basically telling this country to prepare for a terror attack.
America, prepare now. They are already here. This is the latest warning from FBI Director Wray as terrorist threats to the U.S. have reached a whole other level. The FBI Director Wray warns, this coming out in just the last 24 hours. And take a look, it's all across the news media outlets. Terrorists using fake IDs to cross the border raises red flags for FBI Director. FBI Director warns of dangerous individuals coming across the southern border. The 6 intelligence chiefs testified of worldwide threats on Monday, and FBI Director Wray says that he is concerned about border crossers launching another 9/11 terrorist attack in the United States, and warns human trafficking cells they have ties directly to ISIS. Now, as I mentioned, this is coming out all across the news in the last 24 hours, but I'm going to be sharing with you the actual video footage so you can see it for yourself and know exactly what is going on.
Okay, wait a second. You're telling me that the solar eclipse is happening on the same day that the 3 days of darkness took place in Egypt? Well, that's what Mark Blitz is claiming, who is a Messianic Jew. Let me know what you think.
People don't know. The solar eclipse is happening on the very same day as the original plagues of the 3 days of darkness began. No! Yes. Okay, on the very same day. This one we're going to have. April 8th is the very day of the 3 days of darkness plagues began in the original plagues. Yes. Wow. So when I titled this show tonight, Total Darkness, I was just saying there's so much darkness going on, it almost feels like total darkness. And the eclipse, I was playing on element, but I did not know this, that's the same day as the 3 days of darkness, which was the 9th plague in the land of Egypt. Yes. Plagues when Moses was getting ready to take the children of Israel out of Egypt. Yes. Unbelievable. Is this a warning then? Is God, it's going, we got the Nineveh and the Jonah towns going through, but I mean, what kind of warning is this? Great question. Here's the thing. In Genesis 1:14, God declared the sun and the moon were for signs. Right. The only signs they can give is eclipses. All right? And the nice thing about eclipses, no false prophet can manipulate it. Okay? And they speak to every language, tribe, nation, and tongue. They don't need to be translated. So, solar eclipse means judgment is coming upon a nation. Lunar eclipse refers to judgment coming upon Israel. Okay, now, get a load of this. There has only been, since we become a nation in 1776, there has only been 8 total solar eclipses that have completely crossed the United States. I'm not talking about one that just clips California or Florida. I'm talking that traverses the whole United States horizontally or vertically. There's only been 8 since we became a nation. Wow. And guess when they occurred? 2 of them occurred during the Revolutionary War. 3 of them occurred during the Civil War. 2 of them occurred during the Vietnam War. Are we getting a hint of what this means? No. And so now, in the 2000s, that was 2017, and now this one in 2024, and it's like a bullseye. It forms an X right over the United States. Now here's what's amazing. Of those 8, only one, which was the one 7 years ago, it only crossed the United States and no other country.
And on top of all of that, you have 7 planets lining up on April 8th. You have Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and Mars, along with the Sun and the Moon, all in line through Pisces, looking from Jerusalem to the east. Again, I'm sure that's just a coincidence. Now, I know I've been making a lot of videos on this coming eclipse because I believe it is significant. Like Mark Blitz said, a false prophet cannot fake that. That is a sign from God.
The Holy Spirit came to me lying in bed praying one night, and he told me, and I heard his voice with my own ears. He said, America is Babylon, and America will be destroyed in 1 hour. Babylon, America, the mother of harlots and abominations. I had a dream, and in that dream I walked into a very large, plush movie theater. What I saw on the screen was a scenario after scenario, or snippets, if you will, on the big screen before me, of different ways that America would be destroyed, one right after another, without stopping or pausing. I saw where food prices would double, and then a short time later would double again. Everything was so expensive and no one could afford to eat, pay rent, or utilities any longer. I saw many people being evicted and living out in the streets. It seemed as if everyone had lost everything. No jobs, no home, no hope. All was lost. And that was the look on many of the faces and many of the eyes that I saw. Now, I saw very many manufacturers, stores, shops, and even many banks close. And many people had a hard time getting their money out of the bank. And many people lost everything when their banks closed, as the banks would lose records of deposits, so it was impossible for many people to get their own money out of their closed banks. I have been warning since 2014 that bank closures were coming, and that the people would lose their money and lose their valuables, even in a safety deposit box as well. I saw people walking the streets looking like bums, very thin, who had lost everything, wearing rags, unshaven, looking like they had not had a bath in a year or more.